nearlydanish.com.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's get ready to rumble!
All right, today is a bit easy. I decided to take it easy on you guys. Last time was a bit tough, but on purpose. So let's see how you guys do today. All right, round of applause. Now, I hope that today's session gives you more confidence, okay? A whole bunch of you have been practicing a lot on the website. Well done, round of applause. And it's shown in the numbers, only 21 people got this wrong. This is also a frequently asked question. You will see this again for the people that got this wrong, and it will also show up on your profile if you got this wrong. All right, next one. Also frequently asked question. All right, so Karen Blixen wrote The African Farm. This shows up almost every second test. And this is also relevant for INDFØDSRETSPRØVEN porn and Melbo Escapes porn. 19 people got this wrong, so get it right next time. You'll definitely be running into this again. Someone is asking for the pin. I will be sending it to you right now. All right, we're moving on. All right, next one. You know the answer to this. Saeed, I will publish it on your profile. Just be patient, okay? All right, round of applause. All right, so after the Second World War, the United States came up with an economic support plan for Europe so they could rebuild their countries, and it was called the Marshall Plan. Denmark was one of the countries that received money from the United States under the Marshall Plan after the Second World War, so around 1950. The end of the Second World War was 1945. All right, so Karthik has a streak with 3 correct answers in a row.
Perfect score.
And he's on fire.
Oh my! He's on fire!
At the moment we have Andri, Dangle, Di, Sivi, and Elvira. On to the next one. All right, so we ran into this question in one of the previous Kahoots. Babette Gestabu won an Oscar in 1988, and it was directed by Gabriel Axel. This is from chapter 5. Like I always say, keep an eye out, pay special attention to chapter 5. Yes, so someone is asking, is this INDFØDSRETSPRØVEN porn? The questions are a lot easier. Yes, they are. And this is INDFØDSRETSPRØVEN porn. And I did drill you guys last time on purpose. I wanted to make it difficult, okay? So that you you understand that that could have been the next test. Okay, so I'm trying to prepare you for the worst hit. Anyways, moving on. By the way, if you practice on the website, none of these things will be difficult. Yes. So in the middle of the 1900s, the workers predominantly voted for the Social Democrats. Also now, majority of the government workers vote Social Democratic Party. All right, 26 people got this wrong.
Now you know what you don't know.
Yeah, if you got this wrong, it will show up in your profile later this evening. All right, we have, so we're question number 5. We have 40 questions to go. We have DI, Borgia, L, Kochi, Loco, Biz, and Dangle. So all these people are in the Gold League. I recognize their names. I see their names in the newsfeed almost every day. And they're in the top 10, at least, I think. If not top 10, then top 30, which is the whole Gold League. Sandra is the highest climber, up 15 places.
Great job.
We got 40 questions to go. All right, only 11 people got this wrong. You guys are doing really well today. You know, this is these numbers are excellent. Okay,
Excellent.
round of applause. You see, this is what happens when you practice consistently. So we've been at this for just over 2 weeks now, and look at how much progress you've made. Right? And now with this daily plan that you have on that you will be having on your profile, if you follow that plan, you'll make even more progress. So you will know that book, the information in the book down cold if you actually do it. All right, moving on to the next one. Civi as well. I've seen that name in the newsfeed and on the charts. This was a combo breaker. 4 players dropped their answer streak of 5. Wow.
Wow!
Well done.
Great job.
11 people got this wrong. 1658, Denmark lost a war with Sweden and lost Skåne, Halland, and Blekinge as well. So Skåne is actually where Malmo is. Okay, moving on to the next one. You guys are doing really well. All right, El Cochiloco, now at number 1. Ruddy's making a comeback with 3 in a row.
Oh my! He's on fire!
You know the answer to this. All right, so it's a defense alliance, an international defense alliance. 8 people got this wrong.
Now you know what you don't know.
All right, so Civi is in, Andre is out. Juna is the highest climber, up 6 places.
Great job.
Next one. You know the answer to this. All right, so 1973 was the year that abortion was approved in Denmark. Also 1973 was the year that Denmark joined the EU. And like Saeed just said, a lot happened in the 1970s. So you will be seeing this again. This is a frequently asked question. So for the people that got this wrong, you're going to run into this again to get it right the next time. All right, so it seems like the competition is between Andre and Civi. Savio is making a comeback with 3 in a row.
Great job.
Next one. This one is super easy. Hey, yes, so a majority of people in the labor market are members of a Vereniging. 21 people got this wrong. Now you know what you don't know.
Now you know what you don't know.
That is also a frequently asked question. As you can see, this test was a relatively easy one because it's mainly filled with FAQs. Des is making a comeback with 3 in a row.
Excellent.
We've got 35 questions to go. FAQ. All right, so power is split 3 ways: the government, the parliament, and the courts. And each of those are completely independent of each other. So this question is about if the government can decide how a court case should be judged. And the answer is no. Okay, 14 people got this wrong. Now you know what you don't know, get it right the next time. All right, Yash is back in the game with 3 in a row.
Oh my! He's on fire!
What sound are you talking about? Are you guys having problems with the sound? Marta, turn up your volume. Okay, next one. I'm not sure what to do, sorry. Yeah, so in the 1970s, the price of oil went up and that caused an economic crisis in Denmark. Like Saeed said in the chat, a lot happened in the 1970s. Okay, so 40 people got this wrong.
Now you know what you don't know.
Next one. This is a static top 5.
Static top 5.
Samurai is back with an answer streak of 3.
Oh my! He's on fire!
All right, so the majority, well, the land with the majority of immigrants and their descendants is Turkey. This is an FAQ, so you will be running into this again. Next one. Borja now at number 1. 4 players hit an answer streak of 7.
Excellent.
Next one. FAQ as well. This is the most frequently asked question. Okay, so you must know the answer to this. Let's see how you guys do. Addy, did you mess this one up? Why? Why'd you have a sad face? Okay, so if there's any question that you have to know the answer to, you have to know the answer to this. Okay? So this is when women got the right to vote in Denmark, and it's 1915. How many people got this wrong? 41 people got this wrong. I'm actually quite surprised. Well, now you know what you don't know. Fix that knowledge gap. You must know the answer to this. And if you go to your profile, it's question number 1. Okay, it's shown up in 12 tests. You must know the answer to this. Okay, let's go back. All right. Moving on to the next one. Static top 5.
Static top 5.
3 players just hit an answer streak of 3. All right, so the Paris Agreement from 2015 was about climate change, and yeah, that's what the Paris Agreement is about. Let's see how many people got this wrong. 37. Not so frequently asked, but you might run into that again. Andre is now on the podium. Di fell to number 4. Biz at number 5. Borja holding number 1. 5 players reached an answer streak of 12.
Great job.
We are a quarter of the way through now. All right, so this is definitely a weak spot. So Paul Schlüter was the only prime minister from the Conservative People's Party. And I think he's the longest reigning prime minister in Denmark. He was there for 11 years. Huh. Almost half of you got this wrong. 77 people got this wrong. 84 people got it right. Now you know what you don't know.
Now you know what you don't know.
It will show up on your profile so you can fix that. All right. Ran is the highest climber, up 11 places.
Excellent.
Next one. You know the answer to this already. Okay, Denmark was not occupied by German troops under World War I because Denmark was neutral under World War I. So 22 people got this wrong.
Now you know what you don't know.
Plug that knowledge gap. Andre is climbing these charts now at number 2. 4 players hit an answer streak of 14.
Great job.
Yes, you know this. All right. In collective bargaining, you've got the Fagforenings on one side representing the employees, and you've got the employer organizations on the other side representing the employers. Okay, so you guys already know this. This is one of the most frequently asked questions. Only 12 people got this wrong. Round of applause to you guys. So Takil Cook has a streak with 18 correct answers in a row.
Perfect score.
And she's on fire.
She's on fire.
Next one. All right. Yes. So the mother and the father are responsible for their child. 5 people got this wrong. Now you know what you don't know. Get it right. The next time, 145 people got this right. Wow! Well done, guys.
Great job.
Right. Static top 5.
Static top 5.
Right. Ines2 has a streak with 19 correct answers in a row. That's a perfect score.
Perfect score.
And she's on fire.
She's on fire.
You've seen this before, FAQ as well. "98 communes in Denmark." 9 people got this wrong. You guys are really doing well. Round of applause. NA is back with an answer streak of 3. Next one. This was a brand new question at the time. All right, so in the Middle Ages, between 1050 and 1500, it was Catholic Christianity. From 1536, I think, moving forward, it became Lutheran, so Protestant, because Martin Luther's ideas came and spread in Denmark, and the king did what he did and took over the church. 48 people got this wrong.
Now you know what you don't know.
Next one. Helga is back in the game, 3 in a row.
She's on fire.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Let's see how you guys doing this. 1994, so way more than half of you got this wrong. This is a weak spot, okay? And actually, it's good this happened so I can reiterate what I'm about to say. Make a list of all the political parties in the parliament in Denmark. On that list, put the leader of the party, the year the party was created, and the first time the party was voted into parliament, because there could be questions about that. Okay? All right. Moving on to the next one. So the top 5 has been almost completely reshuffled apart from 1 and 2. We've now got Biz, Maria, and Octopus at 3, 4, and 5. Orange is the highest climber, up 15 places.
Excellent.
We've got 23 questions to go. Yes, so Denmark resisted for less than a day before they surrendered to the Germans on the 9th of April, 1940. So 10 people got this wrong. This is a frequently asked question.
Now you know what you don't know.
Next one. Octopus climbing the charts. Baltic Thunder is the highest climber, up 4 places.
Excellent.
We are past the halfway point now. So it's more women that go into further education. Denmark. 13 people got this wrong. Not too bad. We have a static top 5.
Static top 5.
Moment we've got Borgia, El, Kochi, Loco, Biz, Octopus, and Maria. Maya is making a comeback with 3 in a row.
Great job.
Question number 25 now. Also frequently asked question. (1800s). That's when Andelsbevægelsen, not Arbejderbevægelsen. How many people got this wrong? 35, not too bad, but plug this knowledge gap because you have to know the answer to that. It is a frequently asked question. Static top 5.
Static top 5.
Ines is back with an answer streak of 3.
Excellent.
Next one. Okay, this is an old question. But it's still valid though. It's asking when did she inherit the throne? She inherited the throne in 1972. 14 people got this wrong.
Static top 5.
Rika is the highest climber, up 5 places.
Great job.
Uh-oh.
INDFØDS Grundtvig wrote a lot of the Psalms in the Psalm book. He's also responsible for Folkeskolen. His name shows up a lot in FAQ, so get to know this name. How many people got this wrong? 67, almost half of you.
Now you know what you don't know.
On to the next one. All right, so Bez now overtook El Loco for the number 2 spot. 5 players reached an answer streak of 6.
Great job.
Next one. This was a brand new question from chapter 5. Like I always say, pay close attention to what's happening in that chapter because there will be new questions coming from there. They were painters. All right, next one. Maria, now at number 4. 12 players lost the answer streak of 5. Sorry, guys. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Also from chapter 5. All right, so the TV series Matador was set in the 1930s and 1940s. This is also from chapter 5. This was a brand new question for the test that year. This question had never shown up in any previous test. Also from chapter 5. Yeah, like Addy says, take the time to read all the answers before you answer. By the way, when you're in the test, okay, the test is not a Kahoot. You've got 1 minute for each question. So read the question very, very slowly. Read the answer slowly. Make sure you understand the question and then provide your answer. And something that you should try not to do, as a matter of fact, don't do it, is when you're done with the test, don't get anxious and then go and change your answers. Because a lot of people have done that and they ended up failing the test based on those changed answers. So they would have passed if they didn't change the answers. So please read the question slowly, read the answer slowly, and then go ahead and answer. All right, next one. El Cochi Loco now at number 2. 11 players just hit an answer streak of 7.
Great job.
15 questions to go. So Margaret Vestager is the EU commissioner, and she's Danish. 44 people got this wrong.
Now you know what you don't know.
Next one. Static top 5.
Static top 5.
5 players reached an answer streak of 14.
Great job. You win.
Next one. All right, so political party membership in Denmark has fallen, or the trend is that it's been falling since the 1950s. And this is because unlike in the place, say like USA or the UK, where you essentially have a 2-party system, in Denmark you have like 14 parties in parliament, and people could vote the Social Democrats this election cycle, and they switch to Venstre the next election cycle. So it's a lot more fluid in Denmark. All right, moving on to the next one. Static top 5 again.
Static top 5.
Lions making a comeback with 3 in a row.
Excellent.
Next one. You already know the answer to this. I hope you all get this right. This is also frequently asked, so you must know the answer to this. All right, so 1945, Denmark joined the United Nations. So 1945, right after World War II, the United Nations was created and Denmark joined immediately. All right. 14 people got this wrong. This is a frequently asked question, meaning that you must know the answer to this question, okay? You must know the answer to this question. I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, it might be the second most frequently asked question. I'm right. So it's appeared in 11 tests. Okay. All right. Next one.
Static top 5.
10 players hit an answer streak of 10. Nice. Oh, wow. Round of applause. You guys are doing really well in this. Wow.
Wow!
Excellent.
2 questions left in history. And then we'll be moving on to current affairs and Danish values. So Borja, Biz, El Cochi Loco. Biz moved to number 2 from number 3, I think. I don't remember. Maria, sorry, El Holy number 3, Maria number 4, and Prasol has just entered at number 5. All right, next one. You know the answer to this. All right, so only members of the church pay church tax. All right, 8 people got this wrong. That is a frequently asked question.
Static top 5.
Ruddy is making a comeback with 3 in a row.
Oh my! He's on fire!
Last history question before we move to current affairs. You've seen this before. All right, so you can appeal a decision from Bureaurat to Landsrat, and then you can also appeal a decision from Landsrat to the Hogesraad. But you can't appeal any decisions from the Supreme Court, which is the Hogesraad. That's a final decision. And that's the Danish court system. All right, 11 people got this wrong.
Now you know what you don't know.
Next one. Okay, we have a static top 5.
Static top 5.
That was it for history. Fool is back with an answer. Wait, Fool is the highest climber up 4 places.
Great job.
Okay, so we're now moving into current affairs. Bear in mind, this is June 2022. I do not expect you to know the answers to these questions. We will be discussing the theme of the question as we come across them. Let's see. All right, so the context of this is state affairs, okay? And specifically the health crisis, the coronavirus. And they're asking how many people got vaccinated at least 2 times. All right, next one, static top 5.
Static top 5.
All right. Okay, so the theme of this is political parties and their leaders, Danish political parties and their leaders, okay? In this case, they were asking specifically about Morten Messerschmidt, who is the leader of Dansk Folkeparti. Recently, the leader of Conservative People's Party died, Søren Pape Poulsen, and they also elected a new leader. I can't remember her name, but I will be creating a mock, and she's probably going to end up in there. So keep an eye out for her. Right, we have a static top 5.
Static top 5.
Moving on to the next one. All right, so the theme of this is elections, okay? Whenever there's some kind of election, in this case, it's actually a referendum, but whenever there's a parliament election, communal or regional election, European Parliament election, or a referendum. In this case, there usually is a question about that in the test. This year, there haven't been, well, the last 6 months, there hasn't been any election, and there haven't been any referendums either. So I don't think there's going to be a question about elections or referendums in the next test. All right, Octopus is back in the top 5. Shahi is back in the game 3 in a row.
Great job.
All right, next one. All right, Christian Eriksen collapsed during, I think it was the Euros, EM, and he came back after 9 months of rest, I think, and recuperation. The theme here is, so there's usually questions about Danish sports personalities that either come out of retirement. So there was a question about Carolina Wozniacki a while ago. And in this case, Christian Eriksen, who, well, this isn't retirement, but he came back from a heart attack, I think he had. All right. 21 people got this wrong. All right. Last current affairs, and then we move to Danish values. Maida is making a comeback with 3 in a row.
She's on fire.
Last one. All right, so in this case, it's also state affairs. So former minister of Udlænding, I think, Inger Støjberg, she broke a law when she separated a couple, and I think she wasn't allowed to do that, but she did it anyways, and she was convicted by Rigsret, and I think she was sentenced to a suspended sentence or something. I can't remember. This was in 2002. But she's back. She created Denmark's Demokraterne, a new political party. And she got elected back into parliament. All right, so we're moving on to Danish values. Let's have a look at that top 5. All right, the static top 5.
Static top 5.
Danny is back with an answer streak of 3.
Great job.
We've got 5 questions to go. All right, so the theme of this is, I think I called it contrast to, wait, give me a second. Let me see if I can find exactly what I call this thing. Here. Yes, so contrast with religious tradition. So in Islam and in Judaism, before you eat meat, animals basically that have blood flowing in them, you have to kill them a certain way. In Islam is called halal, and in Judaism is called kosher. And this question is saying, according to Danish law, Is it required that meat served in Dao institution? So those are the daycare centers. Comes from animals that were killed according to one of these rituals, and the answer is no. All right, next one. Liesel is making a comeback with 3 in a row. Round of applause. All right, so we've got 4 questions to go. So we've seen contrast with religious tradition. All right, you guys write what you think this is about in the chat. After you answer. Okay. Any other? Okay. Any more? All right. You guys are beginning to catch the drift. Gender equality, specifically gender equality in the church. Now, this specific question has actually shown up twice. So in this test, and I think in a later one. 6 people got that wrong. The trick, okay, for the people that haven't been coming to the previous sessions, the trick for getting Danish values questions correct is understanding what the question is about, okay? Usually what happens is that people get stuck in the details of the question. Like, and sometimes, a lot of the time they twist up the words a bit. They use some words that if you don't have a broad enough Danish vocabulary, you could actually not understand what the question is asking. But if you understand the context of the question, so for instance, the previous question we just saw, that question was actually about gender equality, specifically in the Danish church. So in the Danish, so for instance, in the Catholic Church, only men are allowed to become bishops. However, in the Danish People's Church, so Dansk Folkekirke, men and women are allowed to become bishops. Right, we've got 3 questions to go. What do you think the theme of this is? Exactly. So crimes against the state. Crimes against the state. And they usually start with, can you be thrown in jail for life if, and then they state whatever it is that the person might or might not do. And just make sure I understand it. So the theme of this is crimes against the state. And you usually start out, can you go to jail if something, something, something? And usually the answer is yes. Next one. Static top 5.
Static top 5.
Summarize, making a comeback with 3 in a row.
Excellent.
2 questions to go. So, I think, wait, did I call this crime against the state? Can we start with? So this one, polygamy in Denmark is illegal. So you can't be married to more than one woman or man in Denmark. Give me 1 second. Let me see what I labeled this as, if I actually did it. So gender equality, child protection, freedom. Aha, yes. So it's under contrast with religious tradition. Yes. So in Islam, one man can marry more than one woman. But that's not the case here in Denmark. So this is labeled as contrast with religious tradition. All right, moving on. All right, so we have a static top 5. No one has budged in this top 5. Everyone is holding their spots. 2024 is back with an answer streak of 3.
Excellent.
This is a round of applause for this current top 5. So we have Borgia, Biz, El, Pochiloco, Maria, and Octopus. I recognize 4 of those names as people that practice a lot. Octopus, I've seen your name a bit. But anyways, round of applause to you guys. Okay, so some people are now complaining. I like the previous Kahoot way more. This is way too easy and the exam is getting harder. Actually, you should be happy because you've been practicing and now these exams are becoming easy for you. So round of applause. And if you're saying that this is easy, this is an actual exam. So this is from June 2022, right? So if you find this easy, right, and another exam shows up like this, then you're gonna pass, and that's the point, okay? The point is to keep practicing until anything that's thrown at you becomes easy, but you have to put in the work. All right. Nah, it's not hard work for me to make the mock exam. I already made them actually. So we can easily be doing mock exams every week, but I'm doing this a certain way for you guys. I'm trying to, so I make it difficult, then I make it easy, then I make it difficult again, and so it's like we go back and forth, and that way it's like lifting weights in the gym, right? So 1 rep, 2 reps, 3 reps until you fail, and then you come back. It's an iterative process. All right, last question. Let's do 1 and 1, 1 hard and 1 easy. All right, man. All right, round of applause. El Cochiloco, number 3. Biz at number 2, and Borgia, I think, at number 1. All right, we have Maria 4 and Octopus at 5. Let's see.
NearlyDanish.com.